Hello, everybody. This is Kody Bateman. Welcome to a very special edition of our Relationship Marketing Weekly Show. We're going to call this our International Relationship Marketing Show today because our guest is coming all the way from Sydney, Australia. We're really excited about this call today. We had some fun talking prior to the call and incredible stories. So without further ado, I just want to introduce our very special guest all the way from Sydney, Australia. By the way, I'm doing this call today from my cabin in Island Park, Idaho. We're up in the mountains, and there's 6 feet of snow at our cabin. And Laura is in Sydney, Australia. Our guest is Laura Viskovich out of Sydney, Australia. She is the owner of Fairy La La Land, which is a kids' entertainment company. Laura, welcome to our show today.
Hi, Kody. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you, Laura. You have incredible energy and great stories, and we're excited to jump right in and get to that. First of all, it's winter. It's a winter wonderland here. I'm assuming you're still in summertime there, aren't you?
We are, Kody, but it's a bit disappointing this year. We've had like a heat wave beginning of January. It was like 40 degrees and we're all dying. And then now it's like not even 20 sometimes. So it's kind of a hit and miss summer, but I'm not going to complain. So
Well, welcome to our show. And Laura, you have a very unique business. Can you tell us a little bit, what is Fairy La La Land? Our guests or our listeners today, I think it'd be really good for them to understand exactly what you do, because how you use our system is really super unique. So if you can just tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. Well, 7 years ago, I created a magical world that is La La Land. So all the characters, fairies, pirates, princesses, and clowns live in this magical world. So we come to children's parties and we do RSL shows. For the international people, if you don't know what an RSL is, it's kind of like a casino, I guess, for family fun. So you can go see the Elvis impersonator sort of thing. So that's what we do. And it is kids entertainment for kids parties and kids shows around Australia. And we go in and make the children's birthday or christening, whatever the occasion, extra special by entertaining them with magic, party games, face painting, and balloon twisting.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. And you've been known to show up as Little Mermaid and other characters like that, right?
Yeah, so we do have lots of characters. Mermaid is a very special request, especially in summertime. We've been known to pop out of the ocean at different parks around Sydney. So the kids, you should see their face when we pretend to come out of the water. They're like, oh my gosh, and they run up to us, and then we just create that world for them. So it is quite special.
Now, you told me a story earlier today about a unique way that you send cards out to these kids. In fact, you have one story about you were showing up as a Little Mermaid and you sent a card prior to showing up. Can you share that story with our audience today? Because that is really powerful.
Absolutely. So basically what I do is before a children's birthday or christening, I'll send them a card. So if it's a birthday party, I'll send them a, hi, this is Mermaid Lala and Ninja from La La Land. We're so excited. We're talking about your birthday. We can't wait to see you. And have a great week, sort of thing. And then when we arrive, the children are so excited to see us because we've gone out of our way to touch them before we even arrive, to make that magic world extra special. But basically at this one party that happened, I think it was a couple of months ago now, the mum came running up to me and was like, I just have to thank you so much for sending that card. My little daughter thinks that you're real. The mermaid and the ninja is actually real. And she doesn't stop touching that card. She holds it with her. She sleeps with it. She takes it around. She takes it to the daycare center. And she just thinks that you are from a magical land, which is La La Land. So the reason why I tell that story is just because it made me just goosebump up. I was like, wow, thank you so much for telling me. You made my day. And yeah, it's just something that is extra special that I can do to make the child's day, but also week or month extra special as well by touching them with these creative cards that I create myself.
So they're actually the child, well, and even the parent of the child is feeling
Yeah.
the magic of your services before you even get there.
That's right. So I touch their hearts basically before we arrive. So the level of the service that we give is so above board before we even arrive. So we're already impressing them before we put our feet into their event, wherever it might be a personal home or it might be a community hall or whatever it is. So yeah, it just brings that level of service really high. And I've been into other events where they've been like, oh, thank you so much for the cards over the course of the year, because I also send Christmas cards and thinking of you cards and Easter cards and anniversary cards as well. And they go out through the course of the year. So, so these cards are just getting my business back into their mind without directly selling to them. And I get a lot of referrals from that. The purpose obviously isn't to get, but I send them just to appreciate them, to touch the point without selling to them. And yeah, as a result, I do get a lot of referrals as well.
So the referral happens naturally, just based on great service, and they feel of your great service before you even provide the service, which is really powerful. And, you know, it's interesting. I've had conversations with people all over the world and experienced ourselves. When children receive a card in the mail, it's got their name on it. You know, it's such a special, exciting experience. And they express that. It's like this little girl. She really expressed how excited she was that Little Mermaid sent me a card, and she kept the card with her. We feel that excitement from a child.
Yeah.
And what I think is important for people to understand is that all of us adults, the child's still in us too. We just don't express how much a card means to us like a child does, but it means as much to as an adult as it does to that child. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think people, so the power of what you're doing and just these little teeny things, just sending that special card out to help, you know, that people feel the magic of your service and magic of the Little Mermaids, just incredible. Now
and Kody,
you do a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just wanted to pop in with another story, because I have a friend who has a little child. I think he's 5, and he lives about an hour away from me. So they came to Sydney to see me, and I was going over to Montreal, and they thought that I was going there for a long time. So they came all the way to see me, and I took a snap of us on that day and sent it to the boy, because he really loves me. I think it's my energy. But anyhow, he calls me Super Lala, because that's my nickname. My business is Very Lala Land, so I'm Lala. And he thinks that he has magical powers, because I told him, you know, if you're a superhero, you just got to believe and all this stuff. Again, he doesn't let that card go. And his mum is my friend, obviously, and she's like, Laura, like, thank you so much for sending that. It means so much to him, to have sort of like a role model to look up to, sort of thing. So you are right in saying that it does hit the card. The cards do hit children because they're just so beautiful and innocent, and it does impress upon the adults as well, and it makes their day extra special as well. So yeah. Oh, I'm getting so like warm and fuzzy over here. I just want to hug someone.
That's what this does. This does. It's pretty amazing. You do a post-event campaign. So after you hold a party for somebody, you do what you call a post-event campaign. I want to make sure we spend time on this today, because it's really powerful. You multiple touches you send out after the event. Can you kind of walk us through what you do there?
Yeah, absolutely. So when a booking comes in, my virtual assistant will activate a 5-card touch campaign. So the first one obviously is the one that we just spoke about, that goes out to the birthday child. Then 3 weeks after the initial service, the mum or dad gets a thank you so much for booking us party. So thank you for your business. Then I send out a Christmas card. The reason why Christmas is because that is our most busiest time in kids entertainment. We've got Santas and elves going out galore. I don't have time to market my business. So this was a way of automating my relationship marketing in my business without having to think about cards in November and go, oh my gosh, because I'm just too busy. So that's a really good thing about the Christmas card. Then an Easter card goes out, and a thank you so much for knowing us for 12 card goes out as well. So that's the 5-card touch campaign that goes out when a first customer comes into my business. And when I activate those touch points, for one customer, I get about 4 to 5 referrals for one customer. So a lot of businesses, unfortunately, don't focus on customer retention, appreciation. They focus solely on getting the customer into their business. But when I came into contact with relationship marketing, I realized that the focus needs to come into appreciating your existing customers. It made so much sense to me. So when I started doing that and using the automation, then my life, 1, became a lot easier. 2, it's a lot easy for my VA to use it. It just takes a couple of seconds to activate the campaign. And 3, the response I'm getting from the card is just beautiful, firstly. But secondly, the return on investment is way better than, let's just say, a pay-per-click. For my business, I'd have to invest like $4 for 1 click on a pay-per-click. But I invest, say, $13 Australian in my cards, including postage, and that's all the automation included. And the return on investment is probably about $2,000 to $3,000, depending on the customer and what they're booking. So yeah, it was a no-brainer. I decided to trial it, and it's working tremendously well in my business. So yeah.
Well, it's amazing. So you're saying you have a 5-touch. It's 5. Is it 4 or 5 cards that go out after the post event? It's 5 cards. And you said you get 4 to 5 referrals for each one of those customers send that to. So for every card you send, so you send a 5-touch campaign. For every card you send, it sends you 1 referral.
Yeah,
each card that goes out is 1 referral. So a 5-touch campaign, you're getting 5 referrals. I mean, if people understood the power, you talk about return on investment. I mean,
exactly.
Which I'm assuming, and we haven't talked about this, but I'm assuming that the majority of your business is probably referral business. Is that right?
It is right now. It didn't used to be at the beginning. 7 years ago of my business, I was doing what all my competitors were doing. I was just copying their keywords. I was doing everything that they were doing, but I knew I had to do something different to get ahead of the game. So that's when this came on board, and I just decided to use it, and it works really well. So basically, a family will either give me the referrals, or they'll get a card, and then that will trigger my branding in their mind. And then when they go to pick up their kid at daycare center, they then spread my business around the daycare center's business. So they're like, oh, I got this card. And, if you're thinking about a kids party, you should call Fairy La La Land, just because I've gone out of my way to contact them without directly selling. So the concept is quite genius, Kody, not going to lie.
Oh, this is great. Now, you mentioned too, so you get these referrals that come in. Now someone's interested in your service, and you have what you call a 2-card touch campaign for those who are inquiring about your business. Can you share a little bit how that works?
Sure. So if someone comes in and they decided for some reason not to purchase, then we activate a 2-card touch campaign. Thanks so much for calling us. It was, lovely to speak with you. And it was also a Christmas card as well that goes out. So it's just 2 touches that I decided to invest in my business that gets my business back into their mind, because I've gone out of my way to appreciate them, not gone, oh, they didn't book with me, so I don't care about you. I go out of my way to touch them and invest my time in them. So as I just think it's a better way of doing business, because that person might then come back a year later and then book my service, because I've gone out of my way to touch their points. So in my opinion, no lead should be gone without going back and then reconnecting with them, because it's just wasting a lot of energy and money, in my opinion. So.
Well, I think you're teaching us a lot right now by by what you do here. What people need to realize is that we're in business with everybody, whether they do business with you or not. We're in business with everybody. It's called the business of life. I mean, you had an interaction with another human being, and whether they did business with you or not, you treated that interaction with respect. You still sent a, hey, thank you for your interest. And even on top of that, even another card goes out. What that shows is that you're in the celebration business. You celebrate human beings. You celebrate people in their life. not just people who do business with you. And that's the key to relationship marketing. And that's what this whole show is about, Laura, is trying to teach people that concept. I remember meeting you a couple of years ago when we went to Sydney, and just your energy. Jody and I, my wife, Jody and I, we talk about that often, just the incredible energy that you have.
Oh, thanks, Kody.
And we just really, yeah, and we really appreciate learning from you, because I hope that our listeners can capture your energy and understand that, hey, relationship marketing is about people. It's about celebrating people in their life. Business is secondary to that, always secondary to that. And you're so good at that. So
thanks, Kody. I just want to say something on that line. A lot of people get into business, and I was guilty 7 years ago when I got into business, of being so focused on getting the money into your business that you kind of lose sight of, like what you just said, people are just people. Without people, you don't have a business. So when I came in contact with relationship marketing, it made a lot of sense to me. So it helped me change my mindset as well. Not only come after the first initial sale, if you call it that, but also appreciate people, because at the end of the day, it's humans. It's people. If people like you, then they buy from you and they refer people to you. But as Jordan says, they also have to remember you as well. So that's why I implemented the cards into my business. But I just want to go backtrack and mention something, because I think it's really important. There's something that I do with the cards that also really helps my business. So basically, my VA has created different campaigns within the app. So basically, it's January booking 2018, February, March, April, May 2018 booking. So they're the different groupings that I use. Now then next year I'll go into, say, February booking, and then activate a campaign that goes out in January saying, hey guys, hope you're having an awesome Australia Day, thinking of you and all the best, because I know that their birthday child is having a birthday within 4 weeks. So they're thinking about their birthday now. So I want to get back into their mind without directly selling to them. So that has really helped my business get back into my old customers' minds without directly selling. Because I do know a lot of businesses do send out emails, like automated emails, which are great. But in my opinion, a lot of my emails don't get read. So the card campaign actually has a 100% open rate. They open it, it doesn't look like a bill or an ad. And then it also touches their heart. In my opinion, that's what I'm all here to do. I want to create happiness for families. And if anything I can use helps me to do that, then I'm all about it. So yeah, just wanted to put that in there.
Well, no, I appreciate that. That's super powerful. Strong. So there you have it, my friends. Laura Viscovich out of Sydney, Australia. Laura, any final words? I always like to close the show with any final thoughts, final words of wisdom or counsel from you to our listeners today. Pressure, no pressure. There'll only be about 50,000 people that will see this, but we would love for you to, again, we'd love your energy. Just any final thoughts from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Well, basically, if you are struggling in business and you're looking at ways to grow your business, just get into your body and start thinking, what would a human being do? Don't go from strategies of trying to get a sale. Just purely come from your heart and try and connect with people on a human level and give you who you are, your authentic self, to them. Because once people like you and they know you and they trust you, then it organically comes into a sale, and then they organically refer people to you. So get rid of the strategies, just become your pure, authentic you. Be bubbly if you want to be bubbly. Be just you. I love to give, and that's why Send Out Cards for me is a way of connecting with my customers. But at the end of the day, it's me. So just be you and have fun. And the sales will come.
Thank you so much. I understand we are going to see you at convention here in Salt Lake City here next month.
I'm so excited.
So excited. It's going to be great. We're going to have a wonderful time. Again, thank you so much for being on our show. Everybody, make sure you share this with everybody you know. What a special message from Laura today. And we'll see you next week on another version of Relationship Marketing Weekly. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Kody.
Okay, that's a wrap. Good work.
Laura, you were a rock star, girl. That was really good.
Kody, but it's all your training, though. You don't understand. Like, you and what you do is really helping people in business. So it's me helping you because you've helped me so much. You don't even know. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Now it's your turn to do the helping. You did a great job today. So appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Mwah! I'll see you then. Ciao, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care now.